-30 degrees. No fire, no coat, no supermarket. Just a cave, a stone, and the will to survive. Today, we complain when the thermostat drops by 1 degree. But our ancestors survived winter for tens of thousands of years under conditions that sit far below the baseline of any modern technology. How? The answer is far more clever, far more organized, and far more human than you might expect. A 2018 study published in Nature revealed that Neanderthals exhibited complex group behaviors, buried their dead, and possessed symbolic thinking capacity, which means the people who survived those winters were not just strong, they were smart. The heart of Europe, approximately 30,000 years ago, the last days of autumn. A group of people, perhaps 20, perhaps 30, are preparing for winter. The first thing they need is shelter. Paleolithic humans sealed cave entrances with animal hides, divided interior spaces into sections, and created fire zones positioned to retain heat. Analyses at Lascaux Cave in France showed that multiple fire points were used inside the cave. This was not an accident. This was an engineered heating system. Fire was not just for warmth. In 2016, Dr. Andrew Sorensen and his team at the University of Cambridge proved that Neanderthals were using controlled firemaking by striking stones together, a skill previously thought to be exclusive to Homo sapiens. Fire was used not only for warmth, but for cooking food, keeping animals away, building social bonds, and maintaining group psychology through the long dark nights. A group of people gathered around a fire was not just staying warm, they were keeping each other alive. Finding prey during winter is nearly impossible, but the cave person had solved this too. Archaeological findings show that Paleolithic humans stockpiled food in autumn. They accumulated fat tissue from animals, dried fruits and roots, and preserved meat through smoking. Remains found at the Schöningen excavations in Germany revealed that these humans had developed planned hunting strategies as far back as 300,000 years ago, driving herds toward specific areas, setting traps, and selecting target animals. This was not a spontaneous decision. This was a weeks-long logistical planning process. The cave person was not cold because they were lucky or more physically resilient. They were not cold because they knew how to make clothes. At the Sungir excavations in Siberia, sewn garments dating back approximately 34,000 years were discovered. These garments were stitched with bone needles and designed to be worn in multiple layers. They also featured bead decoration, not just functional but aesthetically designed. These people were not just surviving, they had style. Not hibernation, but winter metabolic slowdown. A striking 2020 study published in Nature Ecology and Evolution revealed that some Neanderthal bone tissue showed signs of growth slowing during winter months, leaving patterns similar to those seen in the bone structure of hibernating animals. This suggests that Neanderthals may have radically reduced their activity during winter, moved far less, and used their energy with extraordinary efficiency. Perhaps sitting motionless for hours in that dark winter cave was a kind of biological strategy. So we must ask, if 30,000 years ago humans could survive at -30 degrees with no modern technology whatsoever, and could do it through intelligence, planning, and holding on to each other, what is the greatest survival threat facing modern humans? Perhaps not the cold, perhaps not hunger. Perhaps the greatest threat is becoming a generation that lives disconnected, that does not listen to one another, and believes it does not need anyone at all.